Brit managed to pull herself back from the brink. With her father in charge of her estate and her kids back at home, is the 29-year-old at last growing up? Some aren't convinced.
Well, I think for Britney Spears, she's kind of a permanent adolescent. It's like, she became famous at 14 and she's still 14. And she has the diet of a 14, 15-year-old who doesn't have to think about calories or fat content.
It could be that Britney had no time for rebellion when she was a teenager at the height of her fame and power. So she's catching up for lost time, only 10 years too late.
What Britney does is she has so many people around her controlling everything, from her image, now her parents controlling her money. And when she goes out in front of the paparazzi, what she's saying is, I am still in control. I can still eat what I want, I can go out and look like what I want. What she's doing is really trying to gain some of the control that she clearly feels she hasn't got in her life.
With the announcement of her Circus World Tour this year, we held our breath to see whether Britney could really return to wow the crowds in the figure-hugging costume she loves so much. As a teen pin-up, she claimed 1,000 sit-ups a day kept her washboard stomach in trim. Would she be able to do it again?
For her, it's more been about looking fit, and recently I read something she'd said about not being as ripped as Mel B, but she was trying.
For Britney Spears to look as good as she wants to look, it really requires her to dance maybe 2 hours a day with the diet that she has. So when Britney's on tour, she looks fantastic. When she's off tour, when she has some time off, we start to see a different Britney emerging.
Since the tour ended, Britney's been pictured hanging out on holiday with a new boyfriend. Although she weighs 120 pounds with a healthy body mass index of 20, Britney's high ranking in the top 3 of our poll is guaranteed by the miles of newsprint devoted to her weight fluctuations.
Britney Spears is obsessed with showing off her body. Many photo shoots I can name where Britney emerged naked, undressed in front of the entire crew. She's constantly going to the Bel Air Hotel or to the Beverly Hills to swim at their pool. Now, Britney has a pool at home. Believe me, it's a big pool. But she likes to go to the hotel pools because she wants her picture taken in a bikini. She loves to show off her body, and no matter what that body looks like, I think we can expect to see some more of it.
And it seems our appetite for all things Britney is not going to go away anytime soon.
People are still absolutely obsessed with her because it's like, well, what's she going to do next? Now the tour's finished, is she going to lose her marbles again? I don't think we'll be seeing her back those crazy days of driving around LA in the middle of the night with no shoes on, because she's got a very tight-knit circle around her. The enduring appeal of the Britney Spears story continues because, she has been the little princess, who then crashed and burned.
Coming up, we reveal the top 2 skinnies in our poll of the most famously thin. We'll find out how the party lifestyle of one Hollywood starlet has added 20 years to her appearance, and discover what the Queen of Thin herself would look like if she let go of some of her steely determination and had the same body issues as the rest of us.
Are shoulder pads in?
No.
Or are they a bit too Batman?
I quite like them.
There's just one place to find out. Liv's a brand new channel from Living that's only available online.
It's very exciting.
Checking out the crucial issues like, how do you get the K-Queen?
Actress Lindsay Lohan. These days she's more famous for clubbing and shopping than acting, but one role she's still famous for is that of serious contender on the skinny scale of celebrities.
It seemed like there was some kind of weird battle going on between these kind of new emerging stars, Paris, Nicole, Lindsay, to who could lose the most weight. And you'd hear these crazy stories, and it just seemed a bit extreme. And Lindsay Lohan was not only losing loads of weight, she just seemed completely lost. And that's kind of continued, really. She's the ultimate example of someone who never really thought she had an adolescence or childhood, and now wants it. And wants it big time.
After finding acclaim early in her career, it's been her wild child antics rather than any acting accolades that have kept her in the news.
I've met Lindsay a few times in LA through friends or whatever, and she's pretty chilled out. She's really nice, genuinely. But then there's another persona that you see in all the magazines.
She's kind of mesmerising because she's so destructive looking, and her weight going as low as it does is part of that.
Lindsay's upbringing and fame-hungry parents have not helped the 23-year-old starlet to navigate a safe route to a healthy adulthood.
Lindsay Lohan does anything she can to fill the void, and she gets more and more extreme. So, boys aren't good enough, we'll move on to girls. 10 shots of tequila aren't good enough, no, we'll go on to the bottle. Her behaviour gets more extreme. She becomes skinnier.
Lindsay's well-documented problems with drinking and drug abuse have led to numerous stints in rehab in an effort to conquer her demons. But whatever good work goes on behind closed doors, out in public again, she quickly slips back to her old behaviours.
I find it interesting, sort of the whole kind of rehab mentality in America often speaks about drugs and alcohol, but not so much about the need for women to understand that, you know, self-medicating by restricting what you eat is just as dangerous. In fact, it kills more women in a certain age group than anything else. And we don't acknowledge that.
In the past year, shocking pictures have appeared of Lindsay looking terrifyingly thin.
I think it's quite scary how much weight Lindsay did lose. Her hips were so tiny, it was like a little girl, you know, and that's definitely